Did you know that Sam Walton, the founder of Walmart, was known, he was so famous for making decisions before the sun went down? He believed in ending the day with nothing lingering, no loose ends, no emotional baggage, and that mindset helped him to build an empire. But here's the truth. You don't need to run a global business to need that kind of energetic clarity. If you've been going to bed with a spinning mind, emotional overwhelm, or a heavy heart, then this episode is going to shift everything for you. Let's talk about a life-changing principle that I teach all of my high-achieving clients, and this is the one thing that they stick to without fail. It's called the Sundown Rule. So, what is the Sundown Rule? It is really quite simple. Don't let the sun go down while chaos still rules your mind or your heart. Now, this doesn't mean that you're going to fix your entire life before bedtime. But what it does mean is that you clear the energy so that you're not dragging today's clutter into tomorrow. Now, whether it is a lingering argument that you've had with your other half or somebody you know, whether it's this spinning to-do list that's in your head, whether it's guilt, resentment, anxiety, you need to do whatever it takes to release it. I don't mean deal with it, because some of us are carrying a lot, okay? We don't need to deal with it and completely transmute that in one moment. But what we're doing is we're trying to give ourselves a reset for the next day, because how you end your day creates the energy of your future. And I'm going to give you some real talk. I'm going to give you some tips on how you can actually apply it. Okay, I'm going to tell you how I use it and what I guide my clients to do. Okay, but the first thing that I want to talk about here is I am a very practical person, and I find that when I have lots on my mind, when I have overwhelm, it's usually because there are lots of little things on my mind building up. So the first thing that you are going to do is you're going to take a notepad or your notes app or whatever you want to do. I've talked about this in a previous video as well. You could just take your tasks app, if you have that on Google, it's amazing. And you're literally going to write down everything that's on your mind. So in a to-do format, not in like a, I'm going to script for half an hour, because you're only going to get so far. At the end of the night, you're just going to sit down and you're just going to make a very, very simple list. Bullet points. Now, you don't even need to start the list, okay? It's about uncluttering your mind. It's about releasing those thoughts from your mind, because your brain just wants to help you. And your brain is worried that if you don't have somewhere to store all of this, this whirlwind of tasks and things and, all the stuff that you have to do, your brain is worried that if it doesn't keep that on your mind, you're going to forget about it. So what you can do is you can actually communicate with your body and your mind and say, hey, listen, you can calm down. Because what we're going to do is we're going to store all that valuable information that you've been giving us. We're going to store it safely here so that it's going to be there in the morning for us to deal with as and when we need to. So you're just going to make that list. And it could be as simple as text your mum. It could be as simple as do the laundry. It could be whatever, or it could be more complex, but just unfiltered bullets, done. And then what you're going to do is you're going to look at that list and you're going to just see it for what it is. It's just a list of some things you have to do. That's it. There's nothing overwhelming. There's nothing crazy about it. And then what you're essentially doing is you're just doing a huge brain dump, and you're able to release it, because you're like, you say consciously, and you look consciously at it and you say, this is my list. They can now stop circling in my head. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to release that and say, it's done. I've done that. And what you can do at this point, the sundown rule, the way I really love to apply, I like to start way before sundown, and I like to actually have my daily routine that I follow where I'm getting all the, the main tasks that could overwhelm me for the next day. And I teach my children this too. So for example, if you're going to bed and you have a very messy lounge, living room, wherever you come in the morning, if you have a kitchen which is completely cluttered and messy and crazy, how are you going to feel in the morning when you walk downstairs? You're going to feel overwhelmed. So what do? I spend a lot of time, and you'll see that if you have the Perfect Day Planner, you're going to love that. If you want a copy of the Perfect Day Planner, let me know, because I essentially break down exactly how you can have the perfect day by just structuring your life a little bit differently. It just takes all the weight off you. I tell you exactly step by step what to do so that you can have the perfect day in your life. So I come down and everything's ready for me. Everything's calm, everything's clear. At the end of the day is the time that I spend. I would never go to bed without giving a quick tidy up to the rooms that I'm going to be in. Or, when I'm finished in any room, and it's cleaned up, it's tidy, it's fresh. It may not be fully immaculate, dusted, hoovered, everything is perfection like a show home, but it's tidy, it's neat, there's nothing out of place. Nothing's left behind in a room. Why? Because I hate cleaning and tidying, and I don't want to waste my time. You hear about all these people, they'll say, okay, I'm going to spend the weekend cleaning or clearing out my home. And it's like, I get that. But if you just kind of took care of the most part every day when you're in the rooms, just leave every room tidy as you leave it, you're never going to have to waste all of this time in your life doing all these huge, decluttering sessions. So just consciously think, every time you're in a room, every time you do something, don't say, I'll come and put this away later. Start to get into the habit of, I've used my straighteners, my GHDs, I've used my makeup, I've used this and that, it all goes away now. I tried on some outfits, they're away. I've been getting ready in the morning and I have stuff to take down from the ensuite, it goes down with me. Simple things like that I carry around with me in the morning, and at night time I have a little caddy that I can carry with a handle so that I can carry down laundry, bits and pieces that need to come down with me so they can go in the bin, all of that. But if you just, I digress a bit, but if you just get into that mindset that you're leaving every space tidy and clean and clear, then it's going to clear up your mind so much. It's going to be amazing. But the real talk is, you don't want to leave behind things that you can deal with today. You get whatever you can off of your mind. And that's the really important thing. And I'm telling you, as women, we are quite visual, most of us. I would say, get yourself into the habit of cultivating a home that is calm, relaxed, and beautiful. It is going to help you so much in your life to just feel calm and ease. So if you are the type of person who, for whatever reason, and no judgment here, has tons of dirty dishes in the sink, has tons of mess everywhere, I want you to start to be conscious, and I want you to start to put an end to that habit. You are doing yourself a massive disservice by not dealing with silly things like that quickly and getting them out of the way. Something I've gotten into the habit of, and I always have done, I don't serve the meal until all of the preparation, all of the pots and pans, all of the things, utensils that I use to prepare that meal are completely cleaned, dried, put away. That my kitchen is tidy, that everything is nice. I can put these things in the oven so they stay nice and warm. I can do all of that. It doesn't take me much extra time, and I have 2 kids. and one's a baby. She's constantly coming up to me and climbing up my legs. So I can do all of that in 5 to 10 minutes. And I know that then when we sit down to our meal, we're all seated, we're all calm. I don't have to think about doing a huge pile of dishes at the end. We just put the rest in the dishwasher. And then at the end of the night, it's about, okay, bed and bath time, winding down, all of that. We can have a nice evening then. But what I would hate to do, what would really overwhelm me, is knowing that I've got all the nighttime routine to do. I've got to put babies to bed, I've got all of that, and then I have to come down when they're in bed and do dishes. No wonder you don't want to do your dishes at night. So I've been quite practical here, but the Sundown Rule for me is making sure that I have mental clarity. So I'm not leaving anything behind that's messy. For me, I will put the laundry on. I can do that either first thing in the morning or last thing at night. But if I do that maybe around about 5 o'clock, I've got everyone's dirty laundry, or 6 o'clock, I have got a load of washing on. It can go in the dryer so that in the morning it's ready for me to just process, and I can do that before my children wake up. And when I go up to get them in the morning, I can pop it away. I'm just integrating these practices into my day. But I wouldn't like to come down in the morning and think, oh my God, I have to start doing all this. I have to tidy up. And what a day, imagine waking up in the morning and realizing your day isn't even your own. You've woken up early, you've come to get organized, and yet you still have to do everything else for everyone else. No. So the Sundown Rule is all about doing whatever you can the night before to just clear your page for the next day. That's all it is. And when you've done that, you can then start to do a very small ritual when you've done everything that you want to do. It could be a candle, stretch, soft music, meditation. When I'm going to my bed, I actually listen to a hypnosis track of my choice. So that is something that I like to do, and it just sends me off to sleep. And at the same time, I'm embedding my subconscious mind with things that are very relevant to me in my life that I want to achieve. So essentially, by ensuring that you are dumping all your to-dos on a list and that you're tackling things, you're not avoiding them, by the way, by putting them on a to-do list, you're alchemizing them because they're there, they're off of your mind now. You can have a great sleep and wake up with the energy to actually start tackling things if you can't do that the night before. And why this works is because you're no longer bringing yesterday's wounds, yesterday's baggage, yesterday's mess and stress into today's opportunities. And as I mentioned, with that, you're going to sleep deeper. You wake up feeling lighter and more energized, especially if you know that you're not coming down to a room that's absolutely chaos. And you take action with clarity. When you're clear, when you're aligned, you're going to manifest much faster with much less resistance. Amazing things are just going to start happening to the point where you think, wow, things are just flowing into my life so quickly and easily. Like this has happened to me for the past few days, just quickly, easily, so fast, huge things, amazing, incredible things. How? Well, there's less resistance towards them. I'm working on things, I'm flowing, I'm moving. And this isn't just a mindset hack. So it's not just a hack, it's not just a strategy. It's actually way deeper than that, because it's energetic hygiene for the woman who's becoming unstoppable. It's about cleaning and clearing your energy, and that's worth more than anything. So I just want to leave you with that, to remind you that when you are clear, and aligned, you manifest faster with less resistance, all the amazing things that you were born to achieve. And to finish, if you are ready to shift into your next level with emotional clarity and power, then the Spark Activation is your personal deep dive with me. Okay, we don't do this one-to-one. I send you a video based on a complex audit, essentially, that you complete for me, so that I can uncover what has been holding you back personally, and I give you that support on how you can clear it, how you can start to move forward, how you can start to become your best self, and really just do that supercharged. Because sometimes all it takes is somebody who's got your back, who is in your court, someone who is cheering you on, someone who can spot the patterns that you've been making that have been holding you back, and just gently hold your hands and guide you to overcoming them. And if that's what you need, the link is below. Just check out Spark Activation or Spark, or you can go to shop.mrsmanifestation.com/spark. So I know that the Sundown Rule will change your life. I want to know all about it in the comments if you've applied any of these principles before. But other than that, make sure you've liked, subscribed, and make sure that you are checking out Spark. I hope to see you there or in the next video. Have an amazing day, and I'll see you in the next one.